thought I'd do a quick little stream of how I do the copper paintings. This is a canvas that I've already sketched out and laid out all the surface structure. You kind of see the reflection of it right there. And I have to say, it's extremely tough to draw with a glue gun. But that's what this is. It's a glue gun. So I've drawn out the image and then filled in the areas that I want to be highlighted. And now I'm about to apply my color to it. And I usually do these in a copper with a antique relief to it. So I'm going to show you how I do that. This has a very high texture to it. It's very cool. I mean, it's very cool to touch the painting because you can feel everything that's on there. It's really nice. So I'm going to show you how I do the copper painting. So the copper. So you just start putting the copper paint all over it. Now you want to work this into all the crevices because you have a relief to this thing. You want to make sure that everything gets filled in with the crevices. You can brush across it to even out the flat areas. So basically it's just going to be a matter of watching me fill in this thing as I go. Most important part here is to make sure you get this nice and even and actually fill in all those little grooves. You want to make sure all the little crevices and little tiny areas are filled in with that paint. And get the background nice and smooth as you go so it dries nice and even. And then after you do that, you want to make sure that everything is absolutely dry because you don't want to go to the next stage with your brushes and your washes and have it lift any wet paint out of these crevices. So make sure everything's good and dry, and then you can finish it off with a second coat. Has a nice copper sheen to it, like it's a new plate. You can see there's the dragon symbol. There's the face. Yeah, so it has actually a nice shine to it. You know, use that nice metallic copper paint. Well, now we want to age it. We want to make it look like it's old. We don't want it to be new, so we want to make it look like it's a nice old stamped plate. So now what I got to do, we're going to take our copper, we're going to brush it over it just like this. And it's like, oh man, you're covering up all the copper, you know. Then you take this guy and wipe it all down. You know, you can kind of push down in the crevices and whatnot. You can even dab some water into it, you know, make it thinner. And what you're doing is you're kind of wiping away, you know, the high spots. You want the high spots to still be accentuated, and you leave this nice patina, this nice aqua color down in the crevices. Like it's, you know, copper. Copper doesn't rust. Copper turns green. It has a chemical reaction to the environment, and it actually turns green. Now at this stage, you want to make sure that the paint's thin enough where to give that nice hazy patina wash to it, but you don't want to cover everything up. You don't want to. Your acrylic paint can't be too thick where it completely covers everything. Make sure you wipe off all the excess. Now this is where it really makes the painting pop. Right now it looks all kind of hazy. It looks all kind of hazy and greenish and coppery and whatever. The black really makes it pop. You can see that little bit of area right there where it starts making everything kind of pop out. You know? So, we'll get my brush. Start down here, and you just kind of put this nice black wash over everything. Make sure you get it in the crevices. All the crevices got to be filled in. Get it all in there like that. It looks like I'm just completely covering up the painting. But then you take this rag or your paper towel or whatever, and you wipe it down, and you kind of leave some of that black stuck in the crevices. You get this really nice antique look. Look at that. See how it just makes it all just kind of pop? Make sure your black is nice and thin. It's got to be really, really a thin wash. So it kind of just floats into those crevices, and it's easy to wipe off. You want it very, very thin. There you go. Now you have this nice antique. You see, it still has a shine to it. It still has that copper doing what it's supposed to do. It still has a shine. But look at that. Look how that looks, just perfectly detailed. That's it, guys. That's all there is to it. That's a copper painting with a relief to it. Very, very unique process. And you can do it with anything. You can do it with animals, trees, whatever you want to do. But that relief in the painting, that texture that it has, just really adds an element to the painting that people don't expect. I've sold these. I've sold many of these because people just see it and they go, that is just freaking awesome. That I can feel it. I can touch it and feel the shape of that. You know? So that is an antique copper painting, how I do them. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you gives you some enticement to go out and try one of these. Please try one of these. There you go, guys. That's the finished piece. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it taught you some things to try out and be inspired by. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and hope to see you at the next one. Thank you.